sometimes you don't hate your job, you hate the culture and the environment at your job. And I don't think people even take a moment to think about that sometimes. It's like, you're not necessarily mad at what you do for a living every day.
No, because I love my students. I love my job. They're the only reason why I'm still there, and the money. But, I had to really like weigh my options. Like, I don't hate what I do, and my students love me. So I'm like, I need to change my line of thinking of how, this interview ain't about me. So anyway. Hey everybody, it's your girl Lila Loca, and we're back with another episode of Loca's Vibe Check, where we sit down with artists, entrepreneurs, and business owners in the Bay Area and talk about their contributions to the community. Today we have Cash Campain. Hey.
What's up, what's up, what's up? What's up, world? I'm in your living room. That's how they used to do in the 90s. Like, what's up, y'all? I'm happy to be here. This is such a beautiful set, such a beautiful vibe and energy in here.
Oh, thank you.
You came in, you brought the light, the joy to the room, and I feel like this is going to be an incredible interview.
Well, thank you for coming by to my platform. And this episode is sponsored by Cash Campaign, so I'm just very grateful to have you. And we are here in L3 Media, so y'all don't forget to check them out as well. And today we're just going to dive in some questions. Cash Campaign is an artist, a doctor. Okay, come on, Dr. Cam. And he's also an author.
Yes.
So we're going to just talk about a little bit of what he does, okay?
Yes, I got a couple of different titles, and people always like, I was just going bowling with one of my friends, and he was like, man, I still don't know how you do all that stuff. Like, and I'm like, honestly, I don't know how to not do it.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good problem to have. So,
you know what? I like that you said that, because I hate to be stagnant.
Yeah.
If I'm not doing something, I feel like there's something I should be doing.
Yes.
So.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I feel like if you have been given gifts and a calling to do something, you don't have to be busy all the time, which is something I'm trying to teach myself and remind myself, but you should be moving with purpose. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's my whole thing. It's like, it's not about doing stuff just to do stuff, but if I'm able-bodied and I'm capable and I have opportunities and resources, I can't imagine not maximizing the opportunities. Because I remember a day where I was wishing and praying, literally sitting at home, like, I wish I could do that. I wish I could make a music video. Please, God. Like,
exactly.
So to be able to know people that man, you want to do a video? Like, even if I'm tired, like, why not? Why are we not doing it?
Come on.
So there we go.
I love it.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to dive into the interview. So we might start off just a little deep because I want to talk about your book.
Yes.
So let's start with Jamie Heals.
Yes. Yes.
So what broke you and what healed you what inspired that to even write Jamie Heals?
Man, I think I feel like I'm a person that believes in like growth and self-improvement, right? So I feel like one of my biggest fears is being the same person I was 5 years ago or the same person I was 10 years ago, because that means what I would think that means is that I'm protecting myself and my ego to the point where I'm not forcing myself or challenging myself to grow, right? Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not seeing any areas for improvement with myself. I'm not seeing any things that I might be doing that maybe I'm okay with, I'm comfortable with, but they're not serving the world. They're not serving God's purpose for my life. They're not serving the people that I care about, all of that. So I'm always in my head about that, right? Sometimes good, sometimes bad. But I think just growing up in a world where, number one, as just people of color, as, as a black man, just growing up in a home where my parents separated, just you go through things in life that, everybody says trauma now, but I think they just shape you, and sometimes they force you to create things in yourself to just survive, to move forward, to cope with, to protect your happiness. And then I think as I've gotten older and I've really looked at life, I've just started to ask myself, like, why do I do this? Why does this bother me? I developed my opinion on relationships really early because my parents separated when I was 10, 11 years old. Mm-hmm. So that's when you kind of start getting your view of the world. You're about to go into middle school. You're about to start, having your little crushes and doing all that. Mm-hmm. And then here I am at 11, 12 years old. I'm seeing both my parents, who are the center of my world, go through heartbreak. So that's the first real impression I have of like love and relationships. I get older. I'm seeing, people getting remarried, people in my other extended family going through problems and all of that. Then I'm going out into the world and I'm having my own experiences and I'm, just doing that. And then I'm also a very motivated black man. I want to be successful. I want to do these things. And so I'm having to protect my mind when I'm walking into spaces that aren't inclusive and people making it seem like I don't deserve to be in certain rooms. And how am I internalizing all of that and building a life? Because I don't want to pass that down to the people that I love, pass that on to them. And I've seen that in my family, a lot of pain, and there's a lot of love, but there's a lot of pain. There's a lot of toxicity. There's negativity. You have that uncle that just say crazy stuff at the party. And it's like, we just get used to that. And it's like, nah, like maybe something happened to Unc and we need to talk to him or have him talk to somebody. And so I started looking at just those things, and I just started analyzing and reflecting and praying and doing all that. And so I had written 2 books before this, one, a book of poetry. The second book was a motivational book and like a self-improvement, self-help book. And then this book was like about healing, because I was just like hearing so many people talking about narcissism. Everybody that I'm friends with, it's like everybody that I'm friends with, we have conversations over drinks. All their exes were narcissists. I'm like, I've known you for 15 years. You never knew that word. Why is everybody a narcissist now? Like, I was there when you were dating old boy 8 years ago. I don't think he was a narcissist. Like, but everybody, they just don't have a place for the pain. You know what I'm saying? And so
they don't know how to label it.
Yeah. And then you look online and it's almost like everybody hates everybody. Like, dudes be always doing this, or women are like this, and then you got the alpha male podcast where they're just talking negatively about women and just a whole bunch. And I was just like, man, y'all need a hug. And I'm like, well, maybe they need like healing. Like, let me actually write a book, focus on myself, and then go outward to what I'm seeing. And so it started there, and it just came. Like, I was literally working out one night and I had an idea to write it, and within a week I had written like 15 pages. Good. And it started spilling out, and it didn't make sense, and I had to clean it up a lot, but it just started coming out. So here we are. So
writing this, was it intended to heal yourself or to heal others?
I would say both. It was healing and cathartic for myself to write the book, because I had to face a lot of stuff, right? Like, I had to ask myself, and I had to get out of my own head, to where sometimes, you're writing something, you're putting something together, and then you're like, all right, I'm going to say it this way, because then I don't have to go as deep. I can make it seem like I'm talking about y'all, like that's what y'all be doing, or people do this. But I have to ask myself, like, is that really going to connect if I'm not vulnerable enough to say, like, this is something we all struggle with, or this is something that, we all look at, and then, there are some real life moments in the book that I'm pulling from, things that I went through, things that at the time they happened, maybe I didn't see them as negative behavior from myself, or negative behavior from the person that I was involved with, or the people that I was close to that I saw, and I didn't speak up, or I didn't say so. And so I'm having to face all those moments. But I feel like with all of that, it ends up being, healing for the person that's reading it. But I did get some feedback on the book, and somebody said, because I was like, man, it don't seem like people are super excited to read it. And then somebody that I know was like, that had bought the book, was like, well, I was reading it, and like by chapter 4, I was about to cry. And most people aren't going to be excited about healing. Yeah. Like, it's not fun. It's not exciting. It's not a romance novel. It's not that. And that never occurred to me, because I'm excited about healing, because I know I'm going to be a better person. I'm going to be a better artist. I'm going to be, it's not always fun when you're going through it, but like, I just was like, damn, like, it's like watching a sad movie where it's like, yeah, I'm happy I know that story, but that story's sad, exactly. Like, something like that. So now I have that insight, but we still pushing it, and we still making sure that people get what they can and what they want and need from it. So, absolutely.
I think that's a beautiful thing, though. And like you said, healing isn't linear either.
Yeah.
So, you can be up and down, and it's not very exciting, but at the end, you did what was right for yourself.
Yes.
So, yes. And you are a doctor, right?
Yes.
So can you explain to us what kind of doctor you are?
Yes. So I have my doctorate in business administration. So for those that, I'm not saying people don't know, but, when you get your MBA, that's your Master's of Business Administration. The next level up is a DBA, Doctorate of Business Administration. The reason I say that is because it's not a common degree. Most people know doctor is PhD, or you're a medical doctor, or even, you're a DDS, a dentist, or whatever. So when, it's kind of like a little like inside thing for people that have their DBA. It's like, oh, you got yours? Oh, yeah. People got their EDD that work in like higher education. So when I got that degree, it was like one of my professors told me, like, yeah, when you meet folks, like, make sure you let them know, like, you recognize them. It's kind of like a group you're in. It's a very specific degree. So, yeah, I got my doctorate in business administration with the focus in education, leadership, and morale.
Okay.
So,
And
yeah, morale. So you know why? Because people, I read my research for my degree focused on the workplace, like higher education in the workplace. And, you know, I just started to realize like a lot of people weren't happy at work. I was talking to people, you know, people get around the water cooler and they complain about work and then all that stuff. And I've always been like, dang, like it's got to be more to life than going to work for 8 hours and being unhappy the whole time. And so I was like, let me research like what makes people happy at work, what motivates people at work, what makes them feel engaged and respected. And so that's what got me the distinction of having the morale on there. So I am a part of the culture team at my day job.
No, but you know, I love that because a lot of artists I've sat down with say like, oh, I can't work no job because I don't like nobody telling me what to do or I don't like this. And I'm also in education, so in workforce development.
Yeah.
So I help students get jobs, but there was a time where I hated my job.
Right.
You know, and it really was the culture of it. And it wasn't until the culture changed that I was happy where I was at.
Yes.
So what you're doing is actually like beneficial to a lot of black and brown people because we know they're predominantly not black and brown.
Yes.
So, yeah, thank you for
deep.
that.
That's deep that you said that about the culture. I hope y'all clip that. Like, sometimes you don't hate your job, you hate the culture and the environment
Absolutely.
at your job. And that's, I don't think people even take a moment to think about that sometimes. It's like, you're not necessarily mad at what you do for a living every day.
No, because I love my students. I love my job. They're the only reason why I'm still there and the money. But, you know, I had to really like weigh my options. Like, I don't hate what I do and my students love me. So I'm like, you know, I need to change my line of thinking of how, you know, this interview ain't about me. So anyway, let's get back. So on top of you being an author and a doctor, you are also an actor. So you play Ro on Reckless Behavior.
Yes.
Reckless Behavior is a show that is streamed on Tubi and Amazon Prime, which we previously talked about with T. Carrier.
Shout out to T.
It's my boy.
Yes.
So similar to how I asked him, who is Ro and how much of Ro is in your real character, your real personality?
I'll answer the first part of that. Who is Ro first? Ro is kind of like your quintessential like entourage guy, right? He's in Passion's crew. He's there because Passion is you know one of them ones. He's out there. It's tours, it's parties, it's money, it's bottles, it's girls, it's all of that. And Ro is there for the tomfoolery. Like that's what he's there for. He is not there to work hard. He's working hard as long as that check clears. Like as he's working hard, as long as he got the VIP bands that he could pass out to the baddies. Like that's what Ro's like dedication is. You look at the show, you never hear Ro say like, I got your back, Passion. Like I got your back no matter what I'm riding, whatever. And honestly, I would theorize that if like another artist was popping, he'd be in that entourage. You know what I'm saying? And so you see he puts up with a lot of what Passion does because Passion is his meal ticket to being relevant. You know what I'm saying? Like Ro was not relevant in any area of his life. Even if you look at, I was in season 1, like I didn't do anything substantial with myself except hang around other people. And then Passion is popping now, so he's gonna let me be in the crew. Let's get it, like you know. And so, I don't think he's
a bit of an opportunist.
He's an opportunist for sure. He's an opportunist. He's a you know, he's in it for the fame and the things and the you know 1,000 guys like that in the entourage. They're just you know whatever, and they think they popping because they in the picture with the people that's popping. So and so I would say that Ro has nothing to do with me. Because I don't care about clout, notoriety. I genuinely, if I'm rocking with somebody, I rock with them because of who they are. If they stop making music or stop hooping or stop doing whatever they're known for tomorrow, I don't really care. Like I'm cool with the person. And so I would say that. I also, it's crazy. I told Michaela this. I'm like, there's so many different directions for that character to go. Like, because he's already not really moral one way or the other. So there are so many different directions for the character of Ro to go. He could be a huge problem. There's a redemption opportunity. There's a growth opportunity. There's everything. Like literally, it's like you can just mold that character in anything. So what I'm most excited about is the potential and hopefully the opportunity to really like play that role into something where, Ro explores or becomes a part of something that Michaela can just brainchild it into. Like she can just be like, yeah, like he's gonna whatever, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. It's so many opportunities, and she's such a great writer. So I just feel like it can be anything, It's a playground of opportunities.
I love that.
Yeah.
So we do have Michaela coming later. I kind of wish I had you guys together, but I mean, hey, it is what it is. Just going back to you working with T. Carrier, did you know him before Reckless Behavior, or did you guys connect on set because you guys have that song "Hold Me Down"?
Yes. So I've known Terrence. I've known Terrence since he was Smoothie Baby. So this was back. This is 2010s. Like we going back before T. Carrier, before Reckless Behavior, before all of that. I think the first song that we were on together was like 2012. So, and then I knew his music before that, way before that, because he's been doing this thing for a long time, and he's, earned everything that he's been given. I know a lot of his story outside of just the industry stuff, and so he's earned everything that he's been given. So I respect him always for that, and I always shout him out for that alone. And so with Reckless Behavior, I was actually a part of Reckless Behavior first in season 1, and then T connected with Michaela, and then the character of Passion, like he got that character, and then season 2 he built that character up, like he built that character brick by brick. And so, I told Michaela like I wanted to come back for the show, and she was trying to, figure out a place for Ro. She came up with a great place for it, and then she was like, and then you and T know each other, so the chemistry will already be there, and it was, and it was just an opportunity to put the song out. Like honestly, if you Google both our names, artist names, so much stuff's gonna pop up because we've done videos, we've done songs, we've done this, we got Reckless Behavior, you know what I'm saying? So it's like it's working with my friend. It's not like I'm working with T. Carrier and Cash Campaign or on this show. It's like I'm just working with T. We just running lines on a Sunday, like, you know what I'm saying? So it was a great experience, and it's seamless. And then the other person on that song, Stoney, who is an incredible rapper, is my cousin. So it's all together. We all know each other. So,
that's good.
You
also have 4 million streams.
Yes.
How did that come about?
Hard work, not putting out trash music. It just, just being diligent and finding myself as an artist. 4 million streams is really not that much, because I know artists that I'm friends with that have 4 million streams on one song. So I have 4 million streams across platforms, and I have songs on certain platforms that have done over 1 million. Like, I have songs on when SoundCloud was still like one of the places people were going to get their new music and all that stuff. Like I think at least 2 or 3 songs on SoundCloud that have over 1 million streams, and then whatever streams on there. Like I stopped really being in the streaming like numbers game, because you're only getting like $20 a check from like a lot of that stuff. So it's not a big deal as much as it was maybe like 7-8 years ago, like pre-COVID. It was a bigger deal, because it was an actual way to gauge like how is this song tracking. But just hard work, really, just like finding my own sound, working with people that were relevant to my sound, exploring other things, and just being blessed to be in situations where this person organically wants to work with me, and it works well between us, and we put together a song that I can say, like, there are certain songs you put out, and there are certain songs like I say that's a part of my catalog, meaning like if somebody sat down and I was to give them 10 songs, like that one's going in the 10, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I'm just fortunate to be able to do that. And
what's a song or a project that you worked on that didn't blow up but you feel should have?
Man, I'm gonna say, well, okay, so I'll give you one musically, and then I'll give you one that's not music related. I'll say at the time I dropped it because now it's way more controversial. But I did a song on one of my albums called Valley High, not Valley High Heartbreak, but Valley High in 2017. Me and YMTK did a song called Jada, and it's like basically kind of spelling out like the love that Tupac had for Jada, and all that stuff. And even in the intro of the song, it's like him talking about how he respects and feels about her. And people used to talk about that all the time, like Pac and Jada, like, that's why I'm down with you, like that, whatever. So me and him made that song, and I really feel like that song at the time where R&B was with the sound and all. That was like, it was 2017. So we're talking like the Kid Ink and Chris Brown days, the all that stuff. So I feel like that song, and I performed that song on tour all the time when I was touring and when I do shows. People love it. And I'm just like, damn. Like,
so where can they stream this at? Because
anywhere.
Yeah.
Google Cash Campaign, YMTK, shout out to Murph, Jada. And it's everywhere. And so I say that song, I feel like it should have, like if that song would have been on KMEL during that time, it would have fit right in with the rotation. It would have been great. All that stuff. The other thing I think should have blew up was I did a short film with a good friend of mine, my brother Tyler Polani, and we did 2 short films, and I feel like they did okay, but I wrote and Tyler directed them, and I helped produce them, and I feel like they should have did more numbers because it's like one of them I'm actually it's called Solano Ave, and like I'm literally playing 5 characters in this show. I'm like talking to myself. He's like cutting the shots. It's like very Eddie Murphy, Nutty Professor.
Yeah.
And I'm like talking to myself and I'm answering my own question. It took us like 8 hours to film the whole thing all day. And it's like a 7-8 minute short film. We had a premiere party and all that stuff. And I just feel like, damn, like people never say like, damn, you wrote and produced a whole short film for, it's like 15 minutes. My dad laughed, and my dad's a writer. And so I was like, when he laughed, I was like, this is good. We did this for real. So I feel like it should have blown up. Solano Ave is on YouTube, Cash Campaign. Check it out. I think it's funny. It's pretty funny.
I'll check it out for sure. But you're from South Sac.
I am, born
right?
and raised South Sac.
How did that incorporate into your artistry?
Man, I would say 2 things. I could talk about South Sac all day, but I would say 2 things. Number one, I feel like it gave me a chip on my shoulder because when I grew up and came out of South Sac, it wasn't cool to be from Sacramento, and nobody really knew about South Sac unless you like had family that lived there or you moved there or whatever, or you were actually there. When I came out of Sac, it was like the running joke was like Sac dudes are still wearing Jabot jeans, like, you know what I'm saying? And so like it wasn't cool to be from South Sac until,
because for real,
you know what I'm saying? And you know what the funny thing is, like Sacramento for a long time until like social media really started popping off, like with content, like Sac was like 3 years behind everybody with like culture and content. Like I remember because my mom lives out here in the Bay, I would come out here to stay at my mom's house, and like it'd be songs on the radio, go back to Sac, that song would be on the radio 6 months later. And I'm like, this is it's a Usher song that's playing on the radio 24/7 on KMEL, on 94.9, whatever.
Which is weird because we're pretty close, so it's just
it's a world away though. It's a world away. Like not as much now because you got social media, you got TikTok, you got Instagram, and that connects a lot of people a lot more. But I would say just having a chip on my shoulder because I feel like you walk in rooms and nobody's like, "You're from Sacramento, that's cool." Like everybody were like, "You from Sac?" You know what I'm saying? Like that was what I would get. And then I would just say like being resilient because, you know, there's hoods all over Sacramento, but you know, South Sacramento, they call it South Sac, Iraq for a reason. And it's like when you're there, there's, you know, what I tell people is like, until they go and see it, it's like Sacramento looks just like North Richmond. Like South Sacramento looks just like North Richmond. Like you wouldn't know if you just closed your eyes and went to sleep, woke up, you wouldn't know if you were in one or the other. Like it's not pretty. It's not dressed up. It's working class people, black and brown people. You know, the difference is in Sac, there's still gangs, like color gangs and stuff. And in the Bay, everything is turf and neighborhood and stuff. But like in Sac, like, you know, I grew up, I had, you know, friends that were murdered in high school. I had people that were in gangs, people that graduated high school, moved away to go to college. 5-6 years later, so-and-so's, he down for life, or he, you know, she got killed and she was just at the wrong place at the wrong time. And so I think it gave me a sense of resiliency and courage because I remember being at work one time and I was going to go into like a high-ranking official's office, and one of my coworkers was like, "You're not nervous to go in there?" And I'm like, "For what?" And then like I probably shouldn't have said this at work because I was young and black and probably looked a little urban at that moment. But I was like, man, I sat in class with people that have done way worse things, that could do worse things to me than him at work. Like we're at work. What is he gonna do? He ain't gonna sock me. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what. And so,
but that's just your reality.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Don't feel like, oh, I probably shouldn't have said that because I'm young and black. That's really an experience, though. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, and that's genuinely how I felt. I'm
exactly.
Like, it's the worst you could do, bro. We just having a conversation. Like we're at work. It's not like he's gonna do nothing crazy. But there are times where I was growing up, where just walking down the street, you see some dudes outside on the corner or whatever, and you walking with your friend, he just got some new forces, and they like, hey, bro, what size are those? And you like, oh, here the fuck we go. Like, we just trying to get in the house. You know what I'm saying? And not having to deal with that is a whole different vibe now. Being like, I don't care. I'll sit in the room with the president of Harvard. Who cares? Like, we're all people. So I think that's what it did. Resilience and courage for sure. And, that chip on your shoulder being from SAC.
What do you want your art to do for Black men, especially in 2025?
Man, make us better, make us more vulnerable, make us more self-aware, more emotionally intelligent, more open to love and experiences, and not feeling like you gotta be, hoard all the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, really just, like listen to some R&B, pour you a glass of wine and chill, and, you ain't gotta be off the Henny and, got your necklace on and, your chains on in the house. Like, relax. Put your slides on, man, and
you're loved no matter what, without all of that.
Exactly. And you don't have to know everything. And that's just for people in general, but definitely for Black men. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't hide behind your ego and your pride to feel like a man or like you're worthy of whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I would say that goes for my books, that goes for my music. It's like, just get in touch with your feelings. We could start there. Get in touch with your feelings, because a lot of people, male or female, they don't want to be real with themselves about what they're feeling and why. And then that spills out into every other area of your life sometimes, because you're fighting so hard to, for example, you might be fighting so hard as a Black man in 2025 to ignore the fact that something hurt your feelings. It hurt your feelings, bro. You could say that. It hurt my feelings. But that sounds soft. That sounds like this female said something and it hurt my feelings. Now I look weak. I look like she could say something. You're fighting so hard to deny that you're destroying yourself. So I would like for that situation to go differently and to be more healthy because of my music or my books or whatever I put out there.
So you're talking about healing and how you want your art to resonate to Black men and give them a space to feel comfortable. But what's a toxic trait that you feel you're still working on?
Drink some water in that moment.
Because we ain't perfect. We all got something to work on. You know what I mean? So what is it specifically for you?
What would I say? I would say one, just off the top of my head, is just thinking like subjectively instead of objectively. Like, I have a really bad habit of like taking things personally, even if like a person might not even be thinking about nothing that they just said. Nah, I'm good. And I'm like, in my mind, I might be like, are they good because they don't rock with me? They don't think I'm, talented enough. That's why they didn't text me back yesterday, because of this and this and this. And then like, I'm not thinking like I'm going to do something to them or do something about it, but I be having a whole like argument in my head, in my space. So then by the time you talk to that person again, you got all these feelings, and all they said was, nah, I'm good. Like, they could have, and they not even saying it like, nah, I'm good. They're just like, no, I'm good. And but in your mind,
I don't believe you.
Yeah. Because like, why? Because like, why didn't you? Or like, we might have a studio session, and like sometimes like people don't show up to sessions, and like, I'm very much like, if I say I'm gonna be somewhere, I'm either gonna be there, or I'm gonna tell you I'm not coming, or I'm gonna tell you I'm late. That's how I was raised. My mom was, don't just be not showing up. Yeah, right. So I was raised like that. So that's what I expect from other people, even though I know that's not how everybody is.
Yeah.
Especially on a Saturday, it's nice outside. Somebody, whatever. But I'm sitting there like, maybe they didn't come because they don't support me. Maybe they don't come because they were never comfortable with coming in the first place, but they didn't feel comfortable telling me no. Now I'm in my head. And so that can lead to really charged conversations that don't need to be charged, because you know what I'm saying? Like, I could also just ask and be like, hey, is everything good? Like, did you feel uncomfortable coming, or were you good? Like, I could just ask.
Yeah.
But sometimes you get caught up in your toxic traits and you have a whole conversation in your head before you even bring it to the table. So I would say thinking subjectively, getting in my head, and that can go anywhere, good or bad. You know what I'm saying? So, and you can ask whatever you want too. You don't got, I know the questions are great. But if you want to get into some things, we can get into some, whatever.
I want to highlight more of your like accomplishments. So I kind of want to talk about your
discography.
Ooh, I couldn't even get that one out. Discography.
I haven't said that in a long time.
Me neither, obviously. But I know you had a song with Mistah F.A.B.
Yeah.
You do a lot of work with T. Carrier. Is there anyone else you wish to work with from the Bay? And how were those experiences?
Man, working with F.A.B was dope. F.A.B is really like that when it comes to like rapping. Like F.A.B really writes, and he like, I mean, he don't have to write, but he really like is a rapper. Like, you know how people are just good at stuff,
Right?
Like he's just good at it. He's just like, here's a song, all right, here's a verse. Like he's not like, what am I gonna say? Or he's just like, all right, I got it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, okay. So, you know, built like that. Working with T is always easy. So it's, you know, it's just like we just vibe. We just make good shit. Like, you know, whatever. We have an unreleased album that never came out. We did a joint album together. That's a whole nother conversation. But,
Y'all need to drop that then.
Man, the songs
or
were
put
good.
it as a soundtrack on Reckless
That
Behavior.
might be an option. There might be a
that's
song
a
or
good
two
idea.
that could, yeah, we did it. We was both going through like career transitions, trying to figure things out, and then we were just in the studio over like the Christmas time, everything slow. We did like 8 songs and just we was in rare form. I will say, working on like projects like that, like just even that project, that helped me like my writing went to another level because we were literally just in this bubble of like, here's a beat, let's do it right now. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, it was great. And then people I would want to work with. I mean, I've worked with a good amount of people. I've worked with P-Lo before. You know, shout out to P. Worked with, you know, YMTK. A lot of people that I like admire, like my brother, collaborate. Like I work with him all the time because we used to live in the same house for 20 years. So like I think the people that I would want to work with, a lot of legends more like E40. I'd love to do a song with 40. I've done a show with 40 before, and just seeing like his professionalism and really like that he really does this. Like he's not like when I did the show with him, he's, you know, beyond the like, oh, I'm in the public eye. It's like he's there. He knows who he is, and that's like super lit to me. Like just being like a real OG, like comfortable in your skin.
And creating a space for the younger ones to come in and
and me and his son is like the same age, so it's like I know he doesn't even see me like a peer. He sees me like, you know, a son, but not in a disrespectful way, like in his son's age group.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying. But he was just comfortable in his own skin, and I admired that, and I admire his ability to go from every era into and maintain himself, but still speak in that era. So I would love that. You know, I would love to. I'm intimidated by the idea of this, but I would love to do some work with Raphael Sadiq. I know he's a true blue musician, so he gonna make some good music. He also gonna tell you if what you doing ain't doing, if you ain't doing it right. I know that because I've heard he worked with Adrian Marcel a lot, and Adrian Marcel like got polished a lot by him. And you make good music, but sometimes it's hard because they tell you like, nah, that ain't how you supposed to sing that or whatever. But Raphael Sadiq would be great. And then, you know, just he's not he's an up and I think he has the potential to eventually become a legend if he stays the course. But LaRussell would be dope to work with, and I know LaRussell was on your show. But I've met him, I know him. He works with a lot of people I know, like Simon and
he's
Harry
a cool
and
person too.
He's a good person.
He's very supportive.
Yeah, and so I met him multiple because we share friends. So I've met him multiple times. We ain't never talked about music. Don't want to talk about music with him unless it's the appropriate conversation.
Yeah.
But I respect his artistry. I really respect his artistry. That's like not even because his business approach and all that's great, and you know his content approach and his mentality is great. But his artistry, when he sits down to write, you can tell he really does this. And like when you're an artist and you really are committed to your craft, when you see that in somebody else, you know, like you're gonna sharpen me, I'm gonna sharpen you. We're gonna be at the level we need to be at. So I would say 40, LaRussell, and then Raphael Sadiq, man. Raphael Sadiq produced me like 3 songs. We all going to the top. Raphael. 3 songs, Raphael. Certified. We're going to the top.
Y'all heard him. 3 songs.
3 songs. That's all I need. 3 songs. A little EP with an interlude. 3 songs and 1 interlude. We going to the top, Raphael.
So I'm trying something new. So I want to do like a rapid round or a bonus round or something like that. Okay?
Yes, let's do it.
No overthinking. Just quick on your feet.
I'm not good at not overthinking, but we're going to try it for right now. Let's
get it.
Let's do it.
If I weren't afraid, I would.
You said if I weren't
afraid, I would.
If I weren't afraid. I weren't afraid. Damn. Okay. If I weren't afraid, I would go skydiving. Oh. Yeah, it's nothing to do with my career, but I go skydiving. I just feel like I got too many black ancestors to be jumping out of a plane because if anything happens, it's all my fault.
It's all your fault.
So if I wasn't afraid, I'd go skydiving. Or you know what? I would have just left. If we're talking about music, I would just not have a 9 to 5 and just invest every minute of every day into my career. But I feel like I have more than that in me. But still, if I weren't afraid, maybe I would just like be a consultant and I wouldn't have a 9 to 5 that I had to be at. But you know.
All right. When you're writing your music, would you like it chill or turned up?
I want it how I want it in that moment. That's what I want. If I want it chill, I want.
So it's a spectrum.
Yeah. If I want it chill, then let me be chill. If I want it turned up because I'm having a good time and I'm right, whatever. Like let me don't kill my vibe. Basically, like that's what I want. What I want when I'm creating, I need it to be how I need it to be. That's how I would answer that question.
Okay. So what's one word to describe your creative era right now?
Oh man, one word. Goat.
Goated.
I
like that.
Like I'm can we cuss on this podcast?
Yeah.
I'm on my shit.
Period.
He
on his shit, y'all.
I'm on my shit. Like
now,
right now.
Say it. Nah.
There ain't a song I can't write. It ain't a melody I can't find. It ain't a harmony I can't figure out. You give me an average beat, I'll make you a great song. You give me a great beat, I'll make you a hit. I'm on my shit.
I like that.
That's how I feel right now. I've been doing this for too long. I'm on my shit. I'm on my shit.
All right. Well, that's the end of my questions. I wanted this book. Do we have a hard copy
I got
here?
the book I forgot to bring it over here, but I got a hard copy for you. It's about to be signed.
Look, I'm like,
personal
where's
message,
Gardenia at? Gardenia, can you bring us this book, girl?
I got the book.
I love gifts. So when y'all come to Loca's Vibe Check,
maybe it's in the main one.
Y'all come to Loca's Vibe Check, bring me something. Bring me your stuff. Nah. I'm just real appreciative. I love reading. So.
There you go. Yes. We got that matte finish.
There we go.
Boom. We got that matte finish. Look at that right there.
There we go. There we go. All right, Jamie Hills, The Journey Back to Wholeness. Okay, so y'all check out his book. It's on Amazon, right?
Yes, it's on Amazon. It's on, just Google the title, and wherever you get books from, it's up there.
Yep.
Global distribution.
So check him out, and I'm so grateful that you gave me this because I'm probably going to read this today.
It's a nice little quick, it's not a quick read, but it's a day or two read, and then it could potentially like change how you see the
written by Dr. Cameron Cash Campaign Parker.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So y'all check this out. Y'all check out his music. You check out Reckless Behavior. There's a lot of talent that comes through Loca's Vibe Check, and I'm just grateful that you are able to showcase that here. So thank you for coming by.
Thank you for having me.
No problem.
Got our skin looking popping with this lighting, man. I'm so glad I did my routine this morning.
Okay.
Popping. Thank you for having me, though. For real.
All right.